Hi, my name's Brandon Schwartz, and this is Signature Motorsport. What is up, guys? We are working on the G8 today again. What we're going to plan on doing today is we've got some lines to the transmission cooler and oil cooler that we're running from the front of the car all the way to the back. We can't terminate both of the hose ends yet because we need the turbo kit, the engine, trans all to be in the car to do that. But for now, we do have a very interesting routing that we're going to take to get those lines to the back that are going to solve a couple of issues, which are potentially bottoming the car and destroying these lines. Other ones would be that the 4-inch exhaust comes out on that side, so it's tricky to get everything to fit around that, and especially with the number of lines that we're running to the rear. But I'll show you what we're working with today. I'll show you the routing, everything, what we're planning on doing, and then we're just going to start cutting metal and welding things up. So what we are planning on doing is the engine and trans obviously is going to sit back there. We are going to, and the ports for the oil and transmission cooler come out on the driver's side here. So we're going to run them under the trans, across the engine bay, up to the top of the engine bay, back across, and then we're going to come down these holes right here, and then down through here, and then we are going to punch a hole through this, this sheet steel right here, and then we're going to send it under the car, and then we're going to pop them out right under the driver's seat, probably around that, air conditioning vent right there. And then we are going to push them all the way back to the rear, through under the carpet, into this rear seat area, into this sheet steel right here. We're going to come up, punch another hole through here, and then run these along the base of the seat. And then we're going to punch them back down right on top of the rear subframe, and then we'll run them across the rear subframe to the coolers, which are rear mounted.
Made of gold and silver, we're feeling crystallized.
The original plan stayed mostly the same. We had to make a couple tweaks just because of snags we ran into as we went along. So we had to modify things a little bit. The direction that they're run, it's still going to be coming down through here, through the rail here. And then we completely cut this box out right here. Completely gone except for the plate way back there. We're going to completely rebuild it with the steel that we have, but we did have to cut it out to get all the lines through. But again, that will be put back into place. So right here we have one of our main frame rails. It goes into the frame rail, and then if you come around, we have it coming up through that frame rail right under the driver's seat. So under the driver's seat, we're gonna run them diagonal up here, Plan is to have all 4 lines come through this rail right here, which we will be reinforcing significantly. We're gonna have them run up here, behind this seat right here, which we modified, and I can show you that. And then we have them running up, and this will take us right above the fuel tank, which we should be able to get around to the rear subframe and then just drop them straight onto those coolers.
Right here, field.
Like a,
That's the hinge, isn't it?
I feel like we might have enough room in between.
Actually, I mean, that's the space we have.
I feel like we might have enough room to get
Where's
a
the
line.
tank in?
There's one laying on the floor right over here.
It's gonna be tight, but I feel like we
Oh,
might
no
have
way.
room.
It's almost like the same height. Watch, I'm gonna laugh when we accidentally cut the pieces right off of this thing to bolt it in.
What?
The other piece in.
Oh, if it tells me by 2 bolts, I don't give a We keep swearing. God damn.
What we're getting ready to do here is to reinforce the bracing that we had to cut open for the trans and the oil cooler lines. Nowhere else to put them where they're nice and safe from road hazards and Brandon bottoming out the car when he hits curbs and stuff like that. He hasn't done that in a few years. And,
I'm just painting POR 15 on my strut mount.
this is going to give us a nice, or a much smoother surface than having that a bunch of pieces stacked up on top of each other here. Is we'll probably end up putting a piece of flat stock hanging over and weld it to the frame right here. Plate needs to go all the way up to at least this point.
Yep.
To give us as most protection as we possibly can to those lines.
Plate is probably gonna land here, and then we'll cut this section. Or how do we?
No, the lines are just going to be behind the whole plate.
Oh, it's gonna go all the way out.
Oh, yeah.
Cover. Oh, gotcha.
What we'll do is we'll build a plate that matches the bottom, and then we'll build the top plate to match the top and the bottom. And if we gotta piece it together, we'll piece it together. We'll weld it, we'll grind it.
Yeah, we'll probably have
It'll
to be a
look-
couple
it'll
of
look fine.
triangles.
Yeah. And then this spot right here, this is actually, this is gonna be pretty easy. We're literally just gonna bolt it to this. This isn't structural, right? And then we'll rib nut it to like the top here. And that doesn't have to cover the whole point. That's just gotta protect from here to here for if a tire blows or something like that. We don't wanna pop a line or something like
Yeah.
that.
Night starts coming